Welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show on 94.7 The Pulse. Music, interviews, news, and, well, Two Blokes Chatting. Now, here are the two blokes.
This is the Two Blokes Chatting radio show, 94.7 The Pulse. Our next guest is not a stranger to this show, even this studio. She's been here before. She coaches the Corio Netball Club. In the Geelong District Footy League, we have a lot to do with it, but today it's a bit different. It's a cause similar to the one we've just been talking about around heart disease. This one is around stroke. Shayna Poto, friend of the show, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. How are you all?
We're good in here. I'm here by myself today because Neil's off making money for the Heart Foundation, and you are on a cause to make some money for another good cause as well. Let's get into the seriousness of it. What has been your motivation to do this?
So my dad suffered a severe stroke about 14 years ago. And, he's wheelchair bound. And I guess during the pandemic we sort of take things for granted, and that's essentially moving. We don't realise how many people are affected by stroke. Some get away with it, and some are severely disabled from it and severely brain injured, which is my father. So he's been wheelchair bound for 14 years now. Yeah,
it's something you shouldn't play with. But you're quite right. There are people who have made full recoveries, partial recoveries, and some worst cases. Your father's stories is one of those terrible cases, but it's not really a risk you want to take by flirting with your health. So I suppose the message is, as well as raising some money and making people aware of it, is again to the reminder for everyone to look after themselves, have a regular check and make sure that your blood is travelling around your body as it should, that there's no impediments, and if there is, medically these days it's pretty darn easy to get it fixed. So it's just about taking that step to get yourself checked, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much spot on there. And a few of the cases can be hereditary. So for me, it's hereditary, so I have to get regular checks. And it's more prominent in myself because apparently I'm the oldest, which I didn't know. So, that was interesting.
So tell us about what you are doing and how people can help you to raise a bit of money, but more importantly, the awareness of it all.
Well, I guess we've been locked up. Well, I guess Geelong, we've been lucky, but we've been locked up for so long and haven't really had that freedom. So getting out, I'm going to aim to do 10 kilometres plus a day. And then I'm hopeful that motivation will incentivise my father to potentially, at least partially, be able to stand up and hand me to my fiancé next year at our big wedding.
So that there is a little hidden motivation behind it, which is really, really good. That you've got to have something to drive you, and that's a pretty darn good drive, because I know a lot of young girls on wedding day, one of the obviously most important part is you make commitments to a life partner, but having your former mentor, role model, tutor give that permission to give you away, it's a big part of that day, and in your circumstances it's going to be different. So it's about motivating Dad as much as motivating yourself. Yeah,
and getting people who, getting the community involved. I've got a couple of my netballers on board, a couple of my bridesmaids. So we're all doing it collectively. My siblings are doing it this year. So I've been doing it for a few years now. But this year I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there. And, I think my team's pretty big now. I think we've got about 8 or 9 people in the team. Raising money as well.
So how do people assist in raising money? Say they might be like me and their body's broken, or they might be like me and just lazy, but if they can't run but they want to help, what can they do?
So it's just the Strive for Stroke changed the way they did it this year, and it was about moving minutes. So whether or not, you get up and you ride a bike, or you do some form of exercise, whether it's yoga or Pilates, it's just based on the minutes. It doesn't have to be a run or a walk. I'm just doing a walk because I'm walking hard.
Yeah, well, if you do walk hard, 10Ks is a very, very big day. It's an hour and probably, would you be about an hour and a half to walk 10Ks?
Yeah, so I do, if I'm like humming along, I do about 9-minute 30 Ks.
Yeah, okay. So do you challenge yourself to get quicker each time? Is that another little personal motivation?
You know me.
No, that's very good. And get the team aboard. And I know there's a big family in the netball world in Geelong, and I'm sure there's a lot of them listening this morning that know and respect you and would love to get on board. So there's an opportunity to do that as well. You don't have to be involved in the Corio Club. Get involved, help out. It's good for your own health and well-being, as well as also helping out a really good cause. And just on that theme, Monday night, 7 o'clock, the Geelong District Football League Neville Whitley medal count and the Margaret Webb medal count for the A-grade best and fairest, as well as B, C and D, all the best and fairest in the senior competitions in the GDFL will be Zooming on Monday night at 7 o'clock. So hopefully, as coach of the Corio Club, you might drop in at some stage and just see how you go. The plan of the evening will be we'll start counting the votes just for the last 2 rounds. We'll have a leaders board up for the first 9 rounds of the season, and the last 2 will officially count. It was a short season, but somebody still will be a very, very deserving winner of both the Neville Whitley medal for football and the Margaret Webb medal for the A-grade netball in the GDFL, so get involved in that. Post-netball, obviously a disappointing season, Shayna. We talked about it a lot during the year, that would it finish. In the end, it didn't. We didn't have any finals. Your team had secured a position in that finals, weren't able to carry on, but aware of the seriousness of COVID, do you sit back now angry, bitter, disappointed, upset, or is it just it's just part of life and you just reshoot for next year?
Yeah, I'm really big on control the controllables. That was out of our control, and my goal was making sure that the girls are okay and that they're ready for next year. We're going to have a big break. I think the priority this year is seeing family. If they want to do a session, I'm more than happy to do an odd session here. But I think the priority is to really get out of this pandemic and go out and spend time with family, because we're close to Christmas.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm really proud of the collective of netball coaches and club leaders in this competition. I'm sure there's many others, but I've seen it close hand that you didn't all keep to yourselves and sit in the corner. There's some wonderful stories about group training sessions, and keep in touch on social media to motivate each other, keep in touch. And your club did it as well as anyone, and well done to you for driving that. But it's very important, just that social interaction. You don't necessarily need to be face-to-face, but you can still keep everyone quite active.
Yep, 100%. I still regularly check in. I think they all still want to, we're currently trying to organise like a silly Saturday or a silly Sunday, even though the season didn't end. I think it's something to get the girls, spending time together, because we were actually a very close group across all grades. It wasn't just A grade were A grade, B grade were B grade, and so on. We were all very close across A through to D. So it was really good to see the friendships being formed, and they all want to hang out more than anything. So next year will be fun, because I've pretty much retained majority of the players. So that was really big, I think, for the club, is retention, because retention's the hardest thing out at Corio. Yeah,
and I guess particularly in a season like this where it's been fragmented and players can't keep together under normal face-to-face circumstances, you do have a chance for some players to be lured elsewhere or become frustrated and think they need to be somewhere. But if you're keeping this connection through the year and you've got that commitment already from the group, that it's a wonderful position to be in. And no doubt you'll be hunting down some more players as well.
definitely got some more players on the card, so can't wait to announce those to you next year.
Now, you mentioned big year next year, getting married, but big day today, moving into the new house. How's that all going?
Oh, fair to say, my fiance is a financial advisor and doesn't believe in paying services for other people to move in. So he's got me working hard in the rain.
Oh, so you're doing all the work and he's sitting in the corner financially advising?
No. He's helping, but, I mean, I would, as sad as this is, I would have happily paid someone to do it all for me.
Yeah, I've had the circumstance of doing that as well. I think there was something silly like 8 house shifts in the space of 6 years, and I've promised myself that will never happen again. The only bit of furniture I'll be leaving home with is a box. I reckon I hate it. Is one of my pet hates of pulling everything down and rebuilding it. Some love it. It's a real buzz, and then they put a new stamp on the new place. Is it going to be pretty much in your case, pick it all up and reposition in a new place, or are you going to put some new polish on the new home?
Well, the last house I did a really massive cull of things, which was really good. So we decluttered, but it just meant I can create more room for more things. Are you
a bit of a hoarder, a bit of a collector?
Pardon?
Are you a bit of a hoarder or collector? Do you like buying new little things to sit in the corner of a room to brighten it up?
Yeah. Oh no. Less is more for me. I just only like a few little things, but we're getting new couches and we're upgrading our bed to a king bed. So just all those little things to make it home, because hopefully this is our forever home.
Yeah, good stuff. I like that attitude. Shayna, thank you so much. Good luck with your cause. The motivation for doing it is doubly fantastic. It's raising a bit of, well, there's 3 really. You're raising money, you're keeping your friends and yourself very active, and you're also motivating your dear old dad for him to play that really, really important part in the biggest day of your life. So good luck with all 3 of those, and hopefully you reach the goals that you want.
Thank you. If people do want to check out our team, if you just go to Stride for Stroke and then type in Team Poto, P-O-T-O, you will see us there.
And get involved, get yourself moving, and as we said before at the end of the heart situation, also get yourself checked out. Don't do this I'll be all right crap. If you've got any concerns, and you made an interesting point just about family history, Shayna, if you're in that hereditary situation where it is potentially a danger, go and get yourself checked. It's not a difficult thing to do. It will give you an enormous amount of peace of mind. And the other thing, of course, we keep remembering, don't be selfish about it, because if something goes wrong with you, the ripple effect on family members and loved ones is quite severe. So don't be selfish. Look after yourself for other people as well.
Spot on. Thank you.
No worries at all. Shayna, appreciate your time as always. We'll talk again soon, and good luck with your project.
Thank you.
All the very best. Shayna Poto doing some good work, as Katrina Umbach and Tom Geyer, who we spoke to a few weeks ago, who's running for mental health. His target was 7 kilometres running per day, each and every day of the month. And I checked on him the other night, and he's in front of. He's going to be able to have a few lazy days as he cruises into the 2:17. He'd gone past 170 kilometres at the 20-day mark, I think it was. So he was a fair way away, fair way in front of the required clock. So please get involved in these causes. But out of it all, the most important message is to look after yourself. Giving money's fine, and that helps, but particularly mental health, if you're not feeling right, there's so many places, there's so many people you can talk to, release. Don't get yourself completely engulfed in a sad situation. Don't allow yourself to be depressed. Reach out, speak to others, and of course each and every one of us has an obligation to look out for our family and friends. Heart awareness, get yourself checked out. It matches with stroke. There's similar situations there's things going on in your body that you just don't know about. the important thing is go and see your doctor, particularly if you've got a family history. And something that was pointed out recently by a person, David Parkin, we spoke about. He's a man who suffered prostate cancer. He was staggered by the number of people in their 40s and 50s who have no idea of their family's medical history. It's ridiculous that you don't. So please take aware, ask questions of your parents or your brothers and sisters about what has happened in your family. What likely dangers are you under without being aware of it? Your family might have a terrible bowel cancer history. They might have terrible heart illness. They might have diabetes issues. Just check out your family history and see if you are actually in a dangerous situation. We keep stressing it, but keep looking after yourself, because if something goes wrong with you, and worst case scenario, you were to pass away, just think of the damage that would leave to your family, friends, loved ones. Just don't do it.